Everyone, so today is going to be a Q&A video. I asked you guys some questions on Instagram. I've also got some questions that have kind of been on other videos and on emails and that. So I'm going to read some from Instagram and then some of the other ones from different places. If I don't answer your question, then I'm sorry, I'll try and do it in the next one. But I'll try and kind of get a combination of questions from the different places, if that makes sense. So it's not all kind of just from there. And we don't want the video to be like 3 years long as well, do we? But the first question is, I'm not going to mention kind of who asked it as well, just because I kind of always think that's a little bit pointless, and I always will butcher people's names as well. So, how do you make lipstick last a long time? Even the long wearing ones don't last on me. My answer to this kind of is that for a really long wearing lipstick, they're not very nice lipsticks, they don't make your lips feel very nice, and it's not really something you're going to find easily. I do find putting a lip liner down first, then lipstick, blotting, then more lipstick is the only way to kind of make any lipstick last a little bit longer. Matte lipsticks do tend to last longer anyway than kind of more sheer glossy ones, but it's difficult to find a lipstick that is that long lasting. I do find liquid lipsticks, kind of lip stones, like what I'm wearing today for example is one of the new Maybelline ones. They tend to last better than lipsticks do, but it is something that you kind of have to keep reapplying if you want it to look nice. I can't kind of say there's one lipstick. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair, aren't I? It's just, I'm hot. Not I'm hot. It's hot, you know what I mean, as in temperature, not that I'm so attractive. But yeah, you have to just kind of keep reapplying or use something like that. But even then you'll have to keep reapplying, and to be honest I don't tend to kind of do any of those steps when I'm doing my makeup in the morning. I don't mind reapplying my lipstick that much, but if you can't and you're busy and that kind of thing, which I understand, then fair enough. If I like this question, if you could marry one television character, who would it be? I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna not say just one, because I'm terrible. I have so many man crushes on TV characters. It's like my poor boyfriend. I need to have a sip of water, hold on. So, TV characters, okay. I totally would marry Rick from Walking Dead. I like Daryl a lot, but I think that Rick, I don't know, I would marry Rick. Also, McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy. Who died in the season that I just watched. I'm not saying a spoiler, it's like an old season anyway. Love him, I would marry him, just so perfect. Jon Snow from Game of Thrones is just, like, he is one of the most attractive men on the planet. That beard. And obviously Jax from Sons of Anarchy. Totally would marry him, although that would like be mayhem and really not a very kind of stable lifestyle, but he's so good looking, I could do that. Then the next question is, I'm getting married in August and I'm prone to breakouts. How can I keep my skin clear of spots for my big day? So you've got a little bit of time before August. I really would suggest going to have a proper facial. Do it now so you can kind of clear everything out, because sometimes when you can have a really deep intense facial, it can actually cause your skin to break out even further. Go and have a facial now. If you can't afford to, which is fair enough, then something like the Sanctuary Thermal Detox Mask I find really great for breakouts. Keep treating your skin to kind of face masks like clay masks and things like that is really, really helpful, and apply a spot treatment every night before you go to bed. Make sure your skin's really clean. Try and wear as little makeup as you can in the lead up to it, just to get your skin looking really, really clear. And make sure that you drink lots of water to keep your skin kind of nice and hydrated and looking its best. But if you do suffer from really, really proper breakouts, I think going to have a facial now and then maybe another one kind of a little bit closer to the time so your skin kind of settle would be a good idea. Then we have, this is really weird on Instagram. I swear sometimes Instagram makes things disappear, because I have seen questions on here, but then I posted the picture asking for the questions like a few days ago, and then some of the comments like disappear, and I could see them at the time and then now I can't see them, and it's not the like scroll up thing, because I can see where that is. Okay, so we have What would you ever consider doing life vlogs, a house tour, makeup tutorials, or get ready with me with outfits? I don't think I would consider doing vlogs, just because they would literally be the most boring vlogs in the entire planet. I don't do anything that's interesting at all, ever, pretty much. And I don't think that I could vlog in public. I just think I'd feel too self-conscious, and most of the people in my life don't really want to kind of be in vlogs either. I mean, like, you know, my boyfriend's got a fairly kind of serious job. I say that like, you know, he works for the president. He doesn't, and it's kind of not the most appropriate thing, I don't think, and he just isn't interested in doing so anyway. And my family as well, you know, I've got like teenage sisters and that kind of thing, and they go to school and they don't want to be blasted all over the internet. It's just not something that I think would fit my life right now. A house tour, again, same reason. It's not really worth showing, and also I like the kind of privacy element, which is another thing with vlogs. You know, like, you get such, people say such crap in vlog comments and things, and make such big assumptions about other people's life, that I don't know if I would want to open myself up to that. And a house tour, again, I think the privacy thing's probably not, you know, I just don't think I would do it. Makeup tutorials, I do occasionally, but I just think that there are people who do them far better than me, and I always get people commenting slightly kind of negative comments on them, and I just think that also I have one of those faces that kind of tends to swallow makeup up a little bit. I can kind of apply tons and tons and tons, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing that much makeup. It's just I have one of those faces. So I do, you know, I will do them kind of when I want to do them, and when it kind of, I feel like it works. Oh sorry, I lost it. Get ready with me with outfits, totally. I would have done them in the past. At the moment, I'm not doing outfit videos just because I look so horrible in everything that it's just not, you know, there's nothing for you to see. I know people hate it when I be negative about myself, but I'm answering the question here honestly. That is why I'm not doing them. My outfits are so uninspiring, and I don't look good in them, and it's just not worth it. You know, there's nothing for you to see. Then the same person asked, why did you, okay, well, I won't read that question because I've already done one question from that person, and there's tons of them, so I'll try and do that in the next one. I hope that's alright. So someone put, will you please come to VidCon in America? Will you ever do a meetup in America? I would love to go to America. I would love to go to New York, and I would love to go to Las Vegas. And maybe one day, my sister's boyfriend actually lives in America, and my cousin lives in America as well, so I would really love to one day. Then someone else said, what do you think of the new face shaving trend? Would you try it? This is a really interesting question. It's the one, I don't know if you managed to see it because she took it down, but Lisa Eldridge did do a video about it, and it kind of was a bit controversial. I thought that that was a really, really interesting video, really, really interesting concept, and I loved how she made the video. I don't think personally that I would try it on myself. But I can understand, like, for people who, you know, movie stars, HD photography, that kind of thing, why they would want to do it. I don't think there's any problem with it. I don't think it is even coming from a place of kind of hair removal, but I don't think I would personally try it. And I, you know, like, I get why people find the kind of hair removal thing so controversial. It is like the bane of my life dealing with hair removal. It is just disgusting how hairy I am. And it grows back so quickly, and it's just a nightmare. So I don't think I'd want to add anything else to it. But kind of getting rid of that peach fuzz, if it's something that bothers you, then it's fair enough. And I can imagine that makeup sits a lot better on top of it, so that's also fair enough. Let's have a drink. Someone put, since you like to wear your hair straight, have you considered a keratin treatment? Thoughts? I have not considered having keratin treatment. I wouldn't ever have a straightening keratin treatment or anything like that, I don't think. And I wanted to address the kind of wearing your hair straight thing as well, because a lot of people have been commenting on that recently, and there is this one person who I've had to now block them because it was just getting a bit too much, that were going on and on and on about my hair to a point where it was getting like a little bit obsessively weird, and people getting upset about me not wearing it curly, and I'm gonna just like put it out there as that it's easier for my lifestyle at the moment with the hours that I'm working and everything to just wear it straight. That's number one. Number two, I will be wearing it curly more again in the summer because it dries quicker, but in the winter my hair takes such a long time to dry unless I dry it with a hairdryer, and when I come home at like 10 o'clock I don't feel like drying it with a hairdryer, and you know, it's noisy and we have like neighbours right next to us and stuff like that, so it's a bit, I don't know how I feel about that. And the other thing is, because I've put so much weight on, I just feel like wearing it straight just kind of makes my face look a little bit slimmer. When I wear it curly, I just feel like it makes my face look even rounder than it already is, and it just makes me feel a little bit confident at the moment. And if you're someone that is struggling with your confidence a little bit, then I'm sure you can understand that. It's how, I mean, like today it's just such a fluffy mess. It's because I washed it this morning. I should stop filming videos like right when I've washed my hair, shouldn't I? A bit pointless. But it just doesn't seem to, it just doesn't make me feel good at the moment, and I've worn my hair curly for pretty much my whole entire life, so I don't mind going through a phase of just wearing it straight for a while, you know. But I can understand why it upsets people, because it was kind of is kind of my trademark, but everyone goes through phases and that's just how it is. Then what is your favourite food? What's my favourite food? Pizza. What is one country you've ever wanted to visit? You've always haven't been but always wanted to visit? America. Do you have a favourite body brush / brand you can recommend for avoiding ingrown hairs? Ingrown hairs are the bane of my life. I get them so badly everywhere. It is just a nightmare. The only thing that I find is not necessarily a body brush, but exfoliating with the Body Shop do a kind of type of, it's not a flannel, but like it's not cloth type of thing that's meant for acne on your back. It's meant for if you've got backne, and it works really quite well, but I still get them. It's just something to do with how my hair grows. I exfoliate, I do everything you're supposed to do, and I still get them. It's a nightmare. So yeah, and then we have, what is your favourite TV show at the moment? I am really enjoying Game of Thrones at the moment. We're on episode 4, which was an amazing episode, I thought, and this season so far I think has been really, really great. The last season was a little bit kind of dragged on, but I thought that this season was really, really good. And do you have any book recommendations recently? I've mentioned this a bunch of times before, but the best books that I've read this year were a book called After Anna and another book called The Lie. They were the best books I've read this year, definitely, so go and check those out. I'll try and link them down below on Amazon if I can remember. And then last question, what treatments do you recommend for dry skin and how to avoid it looking patchy when you apply foundation over the dry bits? So, dry skin, I think one of the most important things is to incorporate an oil into your nightly routine. You can use an oil during the day, but I just find it can be a bit messy and not that great under makeup. So try using a face oil in your nightly routine. The Body Shop vitamin E one is a really good one, and it's quite affordable, but lots of kind of brands do them at various prices. Under your moisturiser, so you kind of do a moisture sandwich. I always talk about that. Maybe I'll do a video about it and I'll call it moisture sandwich. That'll be so amazing. But putting it on and then putting your night cream over the top really, really makes a difference if you have dry skin. And I definitely recommend using hydrating face masks. Two of my favourite ones are the Weleda, I think it's like moisture balancing mask, and also the End Spa moisture mask is a really nice one, and the Dermalogica recovery mask is a great one as well to just put on, and they'll kind of really hydrate your skin well from inside. But getting makeup to look good over the dry patches, I find, is to not use a mattifying primer necessarily, but you need to use a primer that has got a little bit of almost like a spongy texture to it, which sounds weird, but something like the L'Oreal Studio Secrets little one in the little pot, or the Clarins one in the red pot. Is it the Instant Miracle something from Clarins? they work really, really well if you have dry skin. I did my boyfriend's mum's makeup a little while ago, and she's got quite dry skin, and she kind of had a little bit of like eczema here, and I put some of the Clarins on, just kind of tapped it over it and then put makeup, and it kind of acts as like a barrier between the dryness and the makeup, and it worked really, really well. But try and kind of tap the makeup in rather than rubbing it, because then you'll move it around and it can kind of make the skin a little bit drier, a little bit more flaky. And always use like a kind of nice dewy setting spray afterwards as well. You could just use like an Evian spray, something like that. I find that kind of helps makeup look really good on dry skin, on oily skin too, but on dry skin especially. So yeah, those are all the questions I'm going to answer today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions that you would like to know for the next one that I do, then put those down below, and then I can refer back to them and read those questions as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.